Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Guys, if you're new here, hi, I'm Lamia and this is Lamia's Life. And in today's video, I'm gonna be giving you guys book recommendations. So I would say I've read a good amount of books in my life, and I just thought I'd recommend some books for you guys. So I'm gonna be doing them based on tropes and genres. So let's get started. First, I would say trope would be small town, I guess, or country basically. So the first series I would recommend if you like that trope is the Knockmount. Yeah, I was gonna say Chestnut Springs, but it's the Knockmount series, and they're a trilogy. They're by Lucy Score, and to be honest, the first one was good. Second and third, not that much, but if you like small town, definitely recommend. The second series I would recommend are the Aidens. They're also in a small town, and they're really good series. I read them online actually, so I have a picture of the covers up. There's 6 books in the series. Each book is about a different sibling, and then there's a short novella about the parent, which I didn't get to, but I'll also keep the cover up there. It's a really good series, you guys. Like, I definitely rate all of them 4.5 or 5 stars. It was one of like my first small town country series. They're really good. Yeah, they are. The third and last series I would recommend are the Chestnut Springs. So they are 5 books. This is 3 of them. Book number 3, 1, 3, and 4. So they're Flawless, Heartless, Powerless, Reckless, and Hopeless. And they're all written by Elsie Silver. They're a really good series, and I really like them. There is small town in it, but there are also like other events like bull riding and that stuff, and hockey. Yeah, I guess like that's what you get, but it's a really good small town series. And then speaking of small town, we have Heartless, which is the second book in the series. And the next trope I'm going to be talking about is single parent. So in this book, Cade is a single dad, and to be honest, I've loved reading kids in books. I just feel like they sum up the whole book, and if there were only more books created under that trope, I would love to read it. The last book in the Eden series, I forgot the name, but I'm gonna put up the cover. He's also a single dad, so it's also cute. So the first book I would recommend is that book. The second book is Heartless by Elsie Silver, and the third book is Caught Up by Liz Tomford, which brings me to the third trope I'm going to be talking to you guys about, or genre, which is sport romance. Okay, so the first series I would definitely recommend for sport romance is Windy City series. It has all kinds of sports, which is ice hockey, basketball, and baseball. And the 4th book is also about baseball. It's called Play Along. It's a really good series. Like, you get to discover different sports, and it's definitely cute and nice. And the first book talks about hockey. Speaking of hockey, the first series I would recommend you'd read if you want to read hockey romance would be Off-Campus series and Briar U, because they're college hockey, which is like less intense, because I feel like this is NHL, and another series I'm about to talk to you about are like NHL, so it's like more intense, where their life depends like on it, like if they're gonna be signed again, if they're gonna be going away, that stuff. I feel like Off-Campus and Briar U by Ellie Kennedy aren't that intense hockey, but they're like, there is a good amount of hockey that's able to be seen, but it's not like intense, like their whole life depends on it. Yes, their life depends on it to make it in the big teams, but it's like a calmer, like, because it's college, so it's less a level. And speaking of college hockey, the Maple Hill series, there's also Daydream coming out in August. So the Maple Hill series by Hannah Grace, which are Icebreaker and Wildfire, they're really also good. They're also college hockey. You don't end up seeing a lot of hockey in Wildfire, but there's definitely a lot of hockey in Icebreaker, which is pretty cool. So, speaking of also hockey, and like I mentioned before, there are NHL hockey, and the series is the Play for Keeps. So it's Consider Me, Play with Me, Unravel Me, and then there's Fall with Me. I think it comes out in 2 weeks with Play Along, or I think it came out already. I'm not really sure. But these series are by Becca Mac, and it's a really good series. It's all NHL hockey, and this is single mom trope. So if you don't necessarily like single dad, you can see single mom. Speaking of single mom, also the Edens, Juniper Hill, it's a single mom trope. So you should go check it out. I swear the series is so good. So these three are NHL hockey, which is intense, and you get to see like a lot of matches and a lot of events. Okay, now I'm gonna be talking about a trope or a series that I really loved, and it's the Twisted series by Anna Huang. So the Twisted series has 3 different tropes or genres in it. First and the last one, which is Twisted Love and Lies, they talk about billionaires. So the main male characters are billionaires. And then there is Twisted Games, which is Bodyguard. So if you like Bodyguard and Royal books, I definitely recommend Twisted Games. It's a really, really good book. And then Twisted Hate is doctor and lawyer. So if you're into like career stuff, definitely recommend that. Now let's talk about billionaire books. So I have Twisted Lies and Twisted Love, which is over here. So these two are really good billionaire series. Or like they are standalones, but like they're good. Okay. So these two are billionaires, and like you can see, I have no words to say about them. They're so good, especially the first one. I love Alex to die for. And yeah, so if you like billionaires, I definitely recommend you to start with the Twisted series. And if you like Anna Huang, you should probably start with the If Love series, because all of her series are interconnected. Next are also by Anna Huang, and it's the King of Sins series. So I'm showing the first and the recent one. So the first one is King of Wrath, and the most recent is King of Sloth. I'm showing these two because they were my 2 favorite. No offense, but my 2 favorite, and especially because I felt like the second and the third talk about different stuff that don't show billionaire as much, but these 2 show billionaire. And in the first one, Vivian is also like a good type of, she comes from a billionaire family, so everything about it is billionaire. And then Sloane here owns a multi-billionaire company, or like an agency. So yeah, it's not only the male who's billionaire, but also the female. So girl power. And then Lauren Asher. Oh, how I love Lauren Asher. So the first series is the Dreamland Billionaire series. So I'm showing you the fine print because it's also my favorite. So is the final offer, but I do love the fine print. They're all, and it's from the name of the series, the Dreamland Billionaires. So they're all brothers, so it's interconnected, and you see all of them in all of the books. And I definitely love it because it shows you power. It shows you that he is a billionaire, like he owns the parks, he's making the changes, you know. And the second series is Lakefront Billionaires, also billionaires. Like, come on guys, it's in the name. So Love Redesign and Love Unwritten is out, but I didn't buy it yet. I'm waiting for my copy of Reckless to arrive in my bookstore, and then I'm gonna go collect both of them. So this, so good. And yes, it's Billionaire, but it shows you that he can be a normal person and she can be too. So they're like interior designers, which is really, really cute, you guys. Okay, now I'm gonna take you to a trip of fantasy. The only fantasy books I think I've read are the Inheritance games. They're good, okay guys, they're good, but I didn't like it necessarily, so it's okay, I guess. And then the Caraval series. The first book, oh my god, it's so good. This book is so good. I'm not even kidding with you. Once Upon a Broken Heart series is a different series. It's also fantasy, but it's interconnected to this. This is the first book of Caraval, and then there's Legendary and Finale. I read Legendary. It wasn't that good for me. And the third fantasy is Powerless. If you didn't read this, what are you doing in your life? For real, guys. This book is so good. Like I said, I'm waiting for my copy of Reckless to arrive, but I read this and I read Powerful. And Powerful is a book that will make you cry. Which brings me to the last thing I'm gonna talk about, or the last trope, or genre, or topic, books that make you cry. I've only ever cried in 4 books. Oh, there's one more, which I didn't bring. But no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books that only made me cry. First one is Powerful. I have no words. No words can explain how much I cried for this book, for real, you guys. Second book was November 9. Also no words. I read this in a day. It's a beautiful story. I didn't like the plot as much, but the ending did make me cry, so that's that. And then I think it's Good as Bad. Good as Bad, by Holly Jackson. I'm checking the author because my bookshelf is there, and it's from the Good Girls Got to Murder trilogy. The ending did make me cry, so I'm not gonna spoil it, but you need to read it. The last series that made me cry They're a Duet. I finished this yesterday. I finished this the day before. They're really good. I rated both 5 stars. So this one didn't make me cry as much. If I didn't know that the main character was dead before reading the book, I would have probably cried. But I already knew that he was dead before reading this. So I didn't cry when Finny died. But yeah. But when it came to this book, I really cried as much. Sobbed even. I cried from Jack chapter 3 to Autumn chapter 1, I think. Like, the whole thing is just sad. And being able to see Jack's point of view and Phineas, it's crazy. Like, I don't even want to spoil it because I'm gonna write all of this in my review eventually. But like, yeah, they're really good books. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any more book recommendations you want to give me, please leave it down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and like. And yeah, I guess that's it. Follow me on my other social media pages, and I'll see you guys next week.